listening to Tim and I's latest album release, Raised Black Flag. And I can't believe I'm going to say this about any Timonite album. It's kind of boring, actually. Timonite's done a lot of great work in the drum and bass, and this is not some of his best work. Now, what we're picking up on actually on screen is that dark stone. I finally got to a build I found was tolerable, or at least uh, the best way I can phrase it is what I've been trying to do is create a general framework build that I can move between different power sets for the new changes to stone armor. However, Dark Melee is so different from all the other power sets in terms of what damages it can put down, how it puts them down, where slots are available, that a generic framework simply wasn't cutting it. In order to make the build, in order to make it work by definitions of what I would describe working, I finally just went, okay, I have to optimize this build specifically for Dark Melee. And apparently, there are some calculation errors in the most recent version of Mid-Tier Reborn Hero Designer that I'm using, because I'm getting inflated defense values when trying to do various calculations that are not accurate to in-game. Uh, so I don't know what broke on the back end. I just kind of going at this full tilt. We're already in a 707, and I'm just slotting things in place and just making the um, finishing the build up while I'm actually already in mission. Excuse me. Um, so this is kind of just the boring part of after a respec going or after a alternate build going through and just finishing out all the enhancements. Right now, I'm focusing on everything that can be attuned or catalyzed, and I use the attune and catalyzing to determine which slots are I need to focus on for boosters. So powers that are enhancements that get no benefit from being catalyzed, such as this PvP proc, I'm going to catalyze anyway so that the enhancement I need to boost does stand out. And we'll double check and make sure we've got uh, superiors in all of our ATO classes. I am going to boost, since this stamina only gives me movement speed 7.5, I'm going to boost these run speeds here rather than catalyzing it. Because this really isn't built to be uh, astounding outside of Granite. It's kind of assumed that Granite's going to be in play. Or, sorry, that Granite's not going to be in play. So that's one of the reasons you don't see a lot of Gift of the Ancients, simply because I'm not trying to make Granite tolerable. Okay, I'm going to find something else to listen to, because Timonite's actually kind of being distracting. Uh, As I Lay Dying has a new album, or I'm assuming new album out, Shaped by Fire. Uh, this may not have been the best choice going for a, thinking As I Lay Dying is melodic heavy metal. I think I actually have a couple of As I Lay Dyings in the C4 soundtrack. I know I got a couple of my favorite tracks. So, give it a run. What's the worst that can happen? I get completely distracted. Yeah, it's sometimes watching me get completely distracted can be hilarious for other people. On the plus side, even though I haven't finished plussing everything up, if you'll notice, I'm not actually dead yet. You can't manage enhancements if your character is defeated, so the fact that I'm still uh, alive out there says that, okay, maybe the build is not a complete write-off. But we'll see what it actually looks like once I get everything in place, because I'm not trusting the PhD calculations right about now, even if they could be calculated for this build. And no, and okay, reseparation, instrumental. This is actually pretty good opening track. Uh, oh, there are an awful lot of instrumentals in here. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. Another one that I've kind of found myself listening to recently, Sum 41 has a couple of good tracks. Parkway Drive, I think, has a couple of good tracks. I'm contemplating adding my favorites playlist to the playlist, whichever one I'm listening to the streaming description. The kind of the reason why I'm not aggressively doing that, and to also answer a quick question, why am I plussing up the Aegis resistance into giving me the fire cold defense? I'm probably not going to need massive fire cold defense at lower levels. That's I'm only really with everything else I've got going on in this build as far as regeneration goes. Uh, Losing out 3.13 fire cold defense at low levels probably isn't going to be much of a deal breaker. What is this? Okay, I've already done the scaling resist, so I just need to do the defense. Anyway, so that's why I'm plussing those up, because I'm kind of betting that I'm not really going to need them. Need to plus dark consumption up. And the other thing, while I'm kind of going through with this, is that this is an alt build. I still have the original DR4 build, which I am perfectly happy with. It's this is more a this particular exercise is more trying to make something better. I'm not so sure that it's better all around, but it does buy me more energy defense, which is particularly notable when you're going up against Lord Recluse. And I am rolling through the boosters. But we're almost done. So we can have a better idea of what this will look like. Although, since I'm not dead yet, I probably didn't need to actually plus the weaves out other than for endurance reduction. Alright, here we go. Okay, I haven't filled in Smite yet because in this build it's not actually in there. You'll notice that I did 4 slots on Brute's Fury. Didn't quite get the recharge time. I did 4 slots on Unrelenting Fury. Didn't quite get it to defense, but really don't think I'm going to need it. And that was to just give these some more power damage wise. Maximize their endurance decrease. And okay, let's pop out. And we are still, amazingly, at full health. And well, let's see what our stats look like. We are rolling +4 x8 with bosses. So let's check our combat attributes. Right now, starting from the top, we are at our max hit points are 2147 with a, well, we're not dying. We'll come back to those in a second. Our regeneration rate standing still is 49.94. I do have all the accolades. Our recovery rate is 4.06 base with a 1.58 per second in drain. All toggles up, including the travel toggle. So, hey, that's actually, I'm doing pretty good there. Accuracy bonus, pretty good. Damage bonus, we're rolling pretty high, but we are running close to should be perma soul drain. Let's check our numbers real quick here. Info, soul drain, uh, recharge time 58.68 seconds, and 43. Okay, so the listed time 58, and we're pulling 43. So yeah, we're into perma soul drain. So woohoo, good on that. Let's double check over here. Soul drain recharge time 58.68. So yeah, we're doing really good on soul drain. Rolling on downwards, recharge time bonus. We're not so high on recharge with only 67.5%. We do have a massive endurance discount thanks to the brute proc on mud pots. Let's scroll on down. Movement speed. Well, rooted no longer is a pain. All right, looking at our damage resistances, we are pulling 37 to smash lethal, 80% to on average. So we're probably going to top out around 85, 86%. Yeah, 78 looked like our lowest, so 78 plus 7. We're probably going to be topping out around 85%. Not quite brute cap, but definitely war shade or peacebringer cap. So hey, pretty good there. Energy resistance is nothing to write home about. Real quick here before we go further on our end card, we are running agility radial paragon. So we come down to our defenses, smashing lethal. We are at 52%. Pretty good. We're at 51 on fire code, really good. And we're at 49 on energy, negative energy. Okay, we are within range of taking on channel gun. I mean, our resistance isn't very good, but our resistance may not matter for a specific reason. A, I'm not cranking a ageless radial. I may actually, for this, may have to go Clarion. And our psionic defense is at 49.54, so we're actually really good for Shadow Shard task forces. Good to go there. Scrolling on down, debuff resistance. We've got a massive resistance to recover debuffs, and again, I'm not running ageless. That's good to see. Recharge time resistance, getting up there. Status effect protection, going to be fairly normal here. Status effect resistance, fairly normal here for a brute slash tank. All right, let's see what happens when we hit Earth's Embrace. And we crank up to 3052 hit points. I'm not, that may be brute hit point cap. I'm not sure. It could be. It's really close to brute hit point cap. And we're cranking 70 HP per second. Wow. All right. That's what we look like. And I think there was also Perma Earth's Embrace. What? That sounds really good. My Own Grave. One of the tracks I know I've got in a playlist. Reinterpretation. Sounds really good. Okay, we're going to wait for Earth's Embrace to wear off. And It's off. Let's see what granite looks like. Granite armor up. Alright, smashing defense 49, 49, fire 67, 67, energy 45, 45. So we kept all of our resist. We are hard capped to smashing lethal. If when scaling kicks in, we are hard capped to fire cold when scaling kicks in. We're not doing so great on energy negative resist, but we are there on the defenses. So we are definitely with granite. And now for the important bit. Let's go back up to base, check our regeneration rate. Our regeneration time bonus is now negative 12.5%. Are we still perma on our Embrace? That was recharge time, 55 seconds. So as long as our effect time was under a minute, we may still be perma on Earth's Embrace. So let's keep an eye on our count off. Counting down. 2, 1. Earth's Embrace fading. Earth's Embrace fading. Earth's Embrace fading. We're into perma Earth's Embrace inside of granite. All right. I'm as happy as I could be with this. I've successfully improved my Darkstone Brute so that it's can tackle a few more challenges. I'm honestly not sure how well this is going to be for general play, but it's not going to be terrible. There we go. I'm happy. Whenever PH or whenever Mid-Zero Reborn gets fixed, I will probably post this somewhere. And there's still a couple more slots to fill in, but as far as survivability, everything is in place. So I'm Aurian Archive.